Okay, let's start from creating a project file. Let's say we'll make it 30 frames per second. It doesn't really matter here. It could be 24 frames per second, but since this is a procedural animation and we'll do mostly like copying and pasting rather than setting keyframes, we can make it 30 frames per second for the, let's say, smooth animation. Let's make a composition full HD, and the original animation was 9 seconds as the music file, but it's always a good idea to make it a little bit longer. I would say it's much easier to cut it than extend it, which is a real pain in the ass. Okay, 12 will do. Okay, let's create a background layer. And add a ramp effect. We'll place start and end of ramp on two opposite corners to simulate the light coming from the above, let's say from the right top corner. Let's also add the grain effect just to limit the, I would say, diminish the effect of bending colors when we render this. Let's add the grain and lower the values a little bit. I think this should do. At this point we can also add a null object. It's a layer which doesn't render, so it won't slow down the preview either. We'll name it controller, and we'll place all our expression controls to easily modify our project later on. At this point we can also switch off the grain effect so it won't slow down the preview. Of course, we have to remember at the end of the project to switch it on. Okay, let's add the expression control, which is hidden over here. We need color control to control the colors of the background. We add it to control layer and rename it perhaps background color 1. We duplicate it, and the duplicate will name background color 2. Let's choose our control layer and double press the U key on the keyboard, which will show all the modified, I would say, properties of this layer. Okay, now we can go back to the background layer and choose the ramp effect. Okay, as you can see, we have the start color and the end color. We right click the start color while holding the Alt key on the keyboard. This is obviously on PC, and drag our pick whip to the effect controller, and the same for the end color as well. Okay, at this point we can save our project and name it, let's say, logo reveal template lesson 2. The file will be obviously in the link provided below the video. See you in lesson number 3.